Okay, in this video I'm going to show you the simplest way to do route summarization with the least amount of binary or decimal to binary conversion. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 IP addresses. Normally the way that they teach this is that you would take each one of these IP addresses and convert them into binary all the way through every single octet. Now that could take a long time. You have several IP addresses and you just don't have that much time when you're taking a test or work. In the most simplistic terms, I'm going to try to explain this where, first of all, you have to understand what an IP address is made up of. It's a 32-bit address. This 32-bit address is divided up into octets. Of course, you have your first octet here. It's separated by a decimal point. And then you have your second octet, your third octet, your fourth octet. They're all divided by a decimal, dotted decimal. So you have 8 times 4, which is 32. Okay? 8, 16, 24, 32. Okay, now, what do you see in common here? Obviously, this 10 is what's in common. Then you look at the next octet. We have some things in common, but anything that's different in this next octet going left to right means that it's not going to work. So that's where you get this summary address, 10.0.0.0. That is the summary address, the network summary address that you have here, because the only thing you have in common is this first octet. So what you're left with are host bits, which is your subnet mask. Now what I've done here below is I've listed the second octet, 85, 1, 2, 12, 15. Here, converted them to binary, okay? And if you're not familiar with converting to binary, each one of these are bits, either turned off or on, okay? This bit from left to right this one is 128. Obviously that's not on because this is 85. This is going to be your 64-bit. That's turned on. And you got 64 and 64 plus 16 plus 4 plus 1 equals 85. I kind of sped that up so that you could figure it out yourself if you can, that this incrementally gets larger as you go. It's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So it essentially doubles. It doubles as you go from right to left. Anyway, that's getting a little bit sidetracked, but you got the 4 list of the second octet of these IP addresses. And what you need to do is you find the bit boundary. It's called the bit boundary. And you go down and you can see that these zeros here are all in common. And then you look at the next bit. You look at the next bit and you can see that the only one that's different is the 1. The 1 is different, so that's not going to work. They're not in common. They cannot be summarized. The bit boundary lies right here. So this is just simple addition. There isn't really any multiplication involved. It's just you're adding this first octet, which is 8 bits. And then you add this second bit, which is, well, you add, and then you add the next bit, which is here, this 0. So you have 8 plus 1 is 9. And that's your answer. That is how you perform route summarization. Thanks for watching.